Welcome back, everybody. It is Tuesday night, and that means it's time for another episode of Theater Trends with Giles and who? Oh, there's no Don right now. Don had a thing that he had to deal with, and hopefully he'll make it in here a little bit later. But until then, I'm going to be riding solo. So for all you folks out there that are joining today, we are going to take all comers on questions. Hi-Fi Havens here in the house. Everybody, please speak up. If you're out there watching, throw your name up in here. I want to see who's out there. I want to know who's in the audience today, and I want you to come up with your most difficult of questions. Because we're also going to talk about, at least until Don gets here, the my annual awards, the best of 2024 items, and I would like to hear maybe what some of your best of 2024 are as well. So, I'm doing this. I'm chatting online. Man, I'm doing so many things right now. It's crazy. First off, some announcements. Uh, Coming up at the beginning of next year, there is a nice, wonderful, big hi-fi show in Florida, and I should be there. Look, all things are pointing toward thumbs up on the Florida hi-fi show, so I'm super excited for that. If any of you folks are going to be out there, let me know. I would love to meet up and say hi and check that out. I know that Don and all his company will be down there as that they live in Florida, so it's a short hop for them to get to the show. But I am planning to be down there for that show. That, of course, will be after CES, which is in January, which is, gosh, less than a month away now. And I'm super excited for that one because I will be there. It is my favorite show of the year because, it covers everything technology, right? It's not just well, there's actually very little two-channel stuff, but it covers all kinds of stuff. Van Gool says, hello, Van Gool. Now there will be a hi-fi show immediately following CES, a two-channel show. I don't have any details on that one yet, but that I think is going to happen this year, which would be pretty awesome. Maybe next year, but if it does happen this year, it'd be really nice because that's the one thing that CES is missing, which is all of the higher end audio. Thank you, Hi-Fi Haven. I look forward to covering the show as much as possible. Man, it's just so massive. It's really kind of difficult to keep up with everything going on at that show. But I'm getting signed up, and I'll be checking out all of the new television stuff. I love those direct view displays, right? So TCL, LG, Hisense, Samsung, Sony. I should have details around all of those items. And, I'm always looking for that company that you don't see often in the USA, like the Skyworths and the Sansui. I think Sansui is actually selling televisions in Best Buy now. I think they have like a 55-inch, stuff like that. So it's always interesting to see that kind of stuff. So do I think CES has gotten too big? Man, I'm not going to say that it's too big. I think it's too big to see everything. So I think as a person that's going to CES, I think it's important for you to understand the stuff that you want to see and then schedule your time so that you can see it, right? So CES is all over the city. Well, not all over, but it's in multiple locations. And when you with all the traffic that happens with CES and just all the normal stuff that's going on, it's really kind of time consuming to move from one venue to the other. So you kind of got to know where you're going to be at and what you want to see. For me, I don't really want to go see all the John Deere tractors and all of the agricultural stuff. And I'm not really super interested in, the healthcare technology and all that kind of stuff and the fintech and all those things. So that stuff I can kind of push out to the side. And then all of the consumer electronic stuff related to entertainment, that's where I focus at. So is it too big? Yeah, too big to see everything. But if you can focus yourself and understand what you want to see and make it by there, then you can absolutely, see the stuff that you want to see. If any of you guys are going to be at CES, let me know because I'd love to meet up and, walk around and check stuff out. I'll be doing as much filming as I possibly can there. Mad Prana, what's up, man? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. And remember, everybody, don't be shy. There's a lot of you out there. I can see the numbers, and not everybody's saying hello. You don't have to be shy. You can join the community. We're here for you. Bring it in for the group hug. But I'll be out there. And so let's see. Next year for sure, I've got scheduled right now. CES. That's in January. I believe February is going to be the show in Florida. Then in June, I'll be doing the home entertainment show in Southern California, and then in July, hopefully, I'll be doing the show in Bangkok. Because we visit family in the summertime over there occasionally, and hopefully the show will be on a weekend while I'm there. And if so, I'll drop by and check it out, which would be pretty awesome. There'll be Axpona after that. So what's that, 5? Then number 6, I'll do Cedia for sure. And that's 6 shows. I don't know if I'll do more beyond that. I'd like to do the hi-fi show up in the Northeast. That would be Capital Audio Fest, would be awesome. I'd also like to do the one Pacific Audio Fest. I don't know if they'll be able to do that. And then the Texas show I'd like to be able to do. And then there's the New York show. There's so many shows, and I want to see them all. And I want to go to ISE over in Europe. I also like to do Munich High End. I've never been to either of those, and those would both be super, super duper cool. All right. So that's enough on the updates for the shows. As far as projects that I've got going on, I'm going to be joined here in my home on the 17th of this month by Dream Media. And if you guys don't know Dream Media, they're a integrator, CI, and Zach is their fearless leader. He's located here in Colorado. He moved out here not too long ago. And they're going to come over, and we're going to film a little bit of content as we wall mount this TCL television that is still sitting on the floor. No, I'm not. I don't plan to do M-Wave. It'd be cool, but it doesn't kind of, Cedia kind of covers all the stuff that I need from a home entertainment theater kind of point of view. I don't know. Maybe if M-Wave gets a lot bigger down the line, it can jump onto the list. But it's not really an opportunity for. When I go to the shows, I'm there to work, right? So there's no way for me to really make any money at M-Wave. So my travel CFO, my wife, doesn't approve the travel expense to go hang out. She's like, if you're going, you got to be working. So there's not really an opportunity for me to work there. So let's see what else. But the one other show that's kind of custom installer, home theater, control systems, that kind of stuff that I would like to do is ISE over in Europe. But again, that's super expensive, and there's not a lot of return on investment for going out there, at least right now. But we'll see. Maybe one day. That'd be cool. I would like to go to Gen Con. Just because I'm a big nerd, I would love to do that. I'd also like to go to San Diego Comic-Con because again, I'm a big nerd. Now I'll go to Denver Comic-Con 100% for sure, and I might even do Colorado Springs Comic-Con, maybe, I don't know, but I would really love to go to the big one. I've never been to the one and out in California, so that would be super, super cool to do one day. I'll make it to San Diego Comic-Con. But right now, not. All right. So as I was saying, Zach and co will be here to help do the wall mount. We're going to film that and talk about stuff and create some cool. Fan Expo Denver is cool. It's a good show. There's a lot of cosplay stuff that happens out here too. I guess all over the place. Not that I'm a cosplayer, although I do go to another show. I go to is Renaissance Fair here in Colorado, and I do go and cosplay for Ren Fair, which I think is really fun. But I don't do like comic book stuff. But those I've stopped by those shows before to see what it's like, and it's pretty crazy. The crowd skews a lot younger than me and my old butt, so I don't necessarily fit in there so well. But it's kind of interesting stuff. But looking forward to get that TV up, and then there'll be 3 videos that come out from that. I'm going to do the content that I do with Dream Media. So if anybody's out there, make sure that you look Dream Media up and follow all of their channels. I'll have links to their stuff. Really, really great folks. They've always been super supportive of me. And if you look back through my book of content, you'll see that I've got, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 videos posted up along with them that we've co-produced together, which was really fun having the folks come over here and check that stuff out. But I'll get the wall mount video of how we mount the 98-inch, and it's kind of a behemoth. I still want to get my hands on the 110 Hisense and the 115 TCL. but those are really pricey, and nobody wants to kick those down. So maybe one of these days I'll work on those. But I know those are kind of the leaders right now, and there's really nothing comparable from LG, Samsung, Sony until you get into LED wall technology. Their biggest sets are the 100-inch class stuff, so they don't really have anything playing around right now. But who knows? Maybe when they announce at CES, there's going to be cool new stuff coming up, and I'm excited for that. I'll tell you though, this TCL 7 series that I've got, QM7, is it's not their high end. So the 8 model is the higher end, and it's better in every way than the 7. It's brighter, it's got better contrast, it's got more dimming zones, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm really strikingly impressed by the 7. It's really, really good. I thought it would be okay, and in a light control room, I think it's better, right? So if you're gonna do if you have a bright room, then you want the QM8. It costs a lot more than the QM7, because this QM7, is like on sale for, I don't know, $2,000, or maybe 2,200 or something like that. And then you're more around $5,000, I think, for the QM8. So if you can be in a room where you don't have to have it be super duper duper bright, then man, that QM7 is just gorgeous. And like I said, I've got it in a light control room to replace the projection, and I've been really, really happy. And it's going to get strong marks when I release the review video, which will be the other piece of, or one of the other 2 pieces of content. And then the third piece of content that I'm going to release kind of tells the story of moving from a JVC projector to the direct view display, and I anticipate that video getting immense amounts of hate. I mean, just I'm sure there are people viewing right now like, you did what? Yeah, I love the television LED wall experience, right? There's just never been projection that can meet the picture quality that you get out of a direct view display of one type or another. It just, they can't touch the HDR. They can't. I mean, you could spend $500,000 on a projector and it still wouldn't be as good as $150,000 Sony Crystal LED wall. And if you know me, you know how much I have gushed about the Sony Crystal LED wall that was at CEDIA. I mean, it was just absolutely stunning. I've never seen anything like it, and I've seen many, 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 many multi-million-dollar home theaters, and from a visuals point of view, just nothing. I mean, nothing touches it. It's just absolutely dumbfounding how good it is. Gojo, thank you for saying hi. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. Glad to have you. It looks like you have a what is that? A skier icon there. Your what do they even call those things? Your avatar now, I guess. But welcome, Gojo. Happy to have you on the show. And remember, everybody, questions are wide open. And as a point of discussion now, I'm going to start talking a little bit about the best of 2024. Did I hear JTR is coming out with a whole new line of speakers and subwoofers? Now, I haven't heard anything directly from JTR. I've never really talked too much with the folks over there, but I did see that they have a much smaller kind of speaker. So they're kind of, their claim to fame is they just made a lot of big stuff, right? They have really big stuff that's horn loaded, that's super freaking loud, right? And the subwoofers are loud, and everything's loud, right? So they're very dynamic kind of systems using that horn loaded driver in the middle, and I think they're going to stick with that. But I did see what was a like a sound bar. It was like a horizontal, and it was kind of like in light wood, and I think it had maybe 5 drivers with a much smaller horn in the middle. So that's that looks kind of cool. So John, if you have any more details, feel free to share with us. I'd love to hear more about what they're doing, because they're the JTR and then the RTJ on the custom installer non-direct sale side, which I think is the same gear, but just so is it the same? I don't even know if it's the same. Or is there a differentiator between the JTR and the RTJ stuff? Or is RTJ just what they call the gear to sell through the non-direct channel, through the sales channel? I'm I'm not sure, but yeah, if you have any more details, John, I'd be all ears. And I'd love to hear about the subwoofers and what they've got going on there. Um, and I'll talk a little bit later about some of the project stuff that I got coming up with subs, and there'll be two projects that are 3 subs that are going to be pretty cool. C Big in the house, what's up, my man? The big C. It's a green with a big old C. C green B big. I don't know how that works, but anyway, C Big is here with us. Welcome to the show, and then Mad Prana, best subs for 2024. Okay. Let's get into it. So on the subwoofer side, I'm going to take some notes because I've been thinking about this stuff, but I haven't really written it down. I was thinking about doing a edited video, doing my best of awards for 2024, and I might go back and do that and edit it. But for the subwoofers, there are, let's see, there's one, two that I can think of that to me were kind of interesting, and then a third one that I don't think is really a 2024 subwoofer, but I really got to know it this year. But okay, so on the higher end side, there's 2, and there's the Ascendo 28-inch. You know what? Maybe I can. I'll pull up a web browser, so maybe I can show this stuff to you as well, and we can talk about it. I don't know. It's the square one. I don't know. Did you guys? Was anybody at Cedia to see this subwoofer? It's really ridiculously cool. ASCENDO. Let's see. Can I find Ascendo when I Google for them? I don't know. There we go. AIA-Cinema Ascendo. Elevate your sound. So I'll go ahead and share this out so you guys can follow along with me. Present slides and PDFs. Nope. Your computer. Nope. So Van Gool says everyone says that you like debut 3PO would be the budget speaker of the year. We'll get to the budget speaker of the year here in just a minute too, but I think you might be right about that. Okay, we're going to share screen, and here we go. Share. And add the stage. Okay. All right. So here's the Ascendo webpage. And one of my favorite new subwoofers that I saw is this guy. And as long as their page will open up, not that guy. All right. Where are we at? There we are. The 28 sub squared pro passive sealed shallow. That is a mouthful. The 28 sub squared pro passive sealed shallow. So I heard this one at Cedia, and actually I heard 3, 6, 12. I think it was 12 of these there. And what I love about this is that you're getting a ton of surface area. Now, I don't know what the stroke on this thing is. I don't know what kind of motion it gets, but I think it's pretty significant. And it's also in a box that's reasonably sized, right? I think that people, that are doing retrofit rooms can actually put this in their room, right? And it's not super duper massively huge. And I in my opinion, unless you're custom building, and all bets are off when you're custom building, because then you can do crazy stuff because you have room inside the walls. But if you just got a room and you want to do something crazy, you buy one of these jokers. But this thing's probably $30,000 or $40,000. I mean, they're not inexpensive. They are really cool, right? And I would give this eye tooth for one of them, and both eye teeth. If I could get 2 of them, that would be the dream, right? 2 of these stacked. To go in the back center of my room, but this is super cool. So this is my first pick for subwoofer of the year. All right, so let's see what comments have come up. So John says Youthman and Obsessed Garage are working to promote this lineup to buy through so I think Youthman is since he's turned into an integrator now, so he's moved over to be a dealer, and he's working with, I think, Rusty on the technical side, and I'm not sure who else. So they're doing stuff, and I think he's kind of like the advertising arm of the. I'm making all this up. I don't know for sure. He didn't tell me this stuff, but this is just what it looks like from the outside. So he's kind of like the face, and he's got a big following. So it's really good from a business promotion point of view. And then I think Rusty and some other folks are kind of coming in to bring some of the deeper CI kind of experience, and it's really cool, right? All really great guys. And Youthman, when he swapped out from his clip stuff a little while back to JTR, he jumped in kind of with both feet into that world, and he's been a big proponent of the JTR. And then of course they were all at the show that he did, the M-Wave. Now I don't think he's doing M-Wave anymore, maybe, I'm not sure, but I know that JTR was big over there as well. And all really good stuff. And yeah, I think it'll be great, and Youthman will definitely help JTR get that line of speakers off the ground. So, if you're looking for anything new from the JTR line, I would say absolutely look up Obsessed Garage. I don't know what parts of the country they cover to do installation, but I'm sure they would be able to get you hooked up with whatever it is you're looking at from those product lines. So we will get to this in just a second, Hi-Fi Haven. So the next is what I think is the best new budget subwoofer for this year. I think this sub might have actually come out last year. I think so. Let's see. So, and it's going to be, let me see, is that up on the screen? Yeah. So it is, where is it at? Maybe it's in here. This one. This guy. So the Stark Sound SW15P ported. So the SW15 is the kind of the low price performance leader, period, right? I mean, there are some folks that try to compete with that and come pretty close, but I think really they are Stark Sound really is the performance price leader. And some people are like, well, what about if you buy, how does the SW15 line up against like SVS 4000 or whatever? The short answer there is the 4000 will have more output, but if you take the same amount of money that you spend on that 4000 and buy 15s from Stark, you'll have way more output, right? And you'll have better performance because you get 3 of them and you can put them around the room and smooth out your bass response. So I do think this is the value for performance leader out in the market. Yes, ported Stark. So and I don't know if it's this year or if maybe it was last year that this one was out. I don't think it was any time before then. And the SW15, their sealed version's been out for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years or something like that. But really, really great. And I only hear good stuff about it. And all the online stuff has been really good. And now the other one, let me see if I can Google this up now. The other subwoofer that is, again, I don't know that it's new this year, but one that I really like is the RBH subwoofer. And I love this thing. So products by type subwoofers, and man, they have so many products, a lot of products. So okay, I'm not going to call out the Unrivaled 221. So this thing is redonkulous. This is their double 21 box. This thing's crazy. But I'm gonna go back to their single. While I would say, oh, this is a reasonable subwoofer. No, this is not reasonable. This thing is crazy. And I got an opportunity to actually hear it in person, and it is crazy. So they had in their demo theater in their facility in just north of Salt Lake City, Utah, Layton. They had one of these in the rear of the room, and then I think 4 12s, 2 in each corner in the front. And man, it was dropping bombs. This thing was crazy good. And they'll build this thing however you want it too. You can have it horizontally like this. They'll build it vertically and put the feet on the bottom if you want to. That's the great thing about this company, is they will absolutely build anything that you want, within reason, however you want it. So those are my 3 subwoofers for 2024 that I think are pretty rocking. Okay. All right, so let's see. Hi-Fi Haven says, need 2 new seal subs for the TV room 10-inch. Any suggestions? All right, so 10-inch. So if you want to stay on the lower end of the budget I would say either do what's the brand? Uh, RSL. So RSL has a good Roger Soundlam. They have a good 10-inch subwoofer that's super duper inexpensive. So subwoofers and this, I wouldn't. I've got two of the 10Es right now, and these are $300. I'm going to do a review on this guy, and I've been sitting on this a long time, and I need to have done it a long time ago. So if you're out there watching RSL, sorry about that. They're set up. I just haven't measured them in, and they are solid. I do like the higher end model a little bit better, but you are putting a little more money into it. So that's the 10S Mark II for 449. But the problem with the 10S Mark II for 449 is if you just put $50 more, you can get the Start 15 and it eats this for lunch, right? So it just doesn't make a lot of sense from the money point of view to go into a $449 10-inch speaker unless you just have to have 10-inch speakers, right? If you just can't fit anything else, then you got to do what you got to do. But at 499, that's the Start 15. It's just a no-brainer, right? It's ridiculous. So now Stark also has a 10-inch, and I have never actually heard their 10-inch before, but let me pull it up. And I think it's 399. I think they're like 399, 499, 599. Oh no, 299. Holy smokes. Okay. All right. So $300 here. And then how much was the RSL? So 399. Okay. So 299. Okay. 299 here. And man, okay. And 299 here. So it's a toss up, ladies and gentlemen, on the cost. And I would love to do a measurement, a direct head to head on that and see which one comes out better. I have the RSL to measure. I don't have the Start 10 to measure, but I would say Hi-Fi Haven, if you're looking for, a value play, one of those two in the 10-inch is going to be, I can't think of anything else out there really that's going to compete on a dollar performance. You can spend more, like if you wanted to go up and, you could do the SVS. So let's take a look at those. And these are all, kind of, bigger brands now, the SVS stuff. So they have I think it would be the SB1000 Pro, I think is the 10-inch version of their speaker. I think this is the 10. And these are rolling at $600. Man, it's a hard ass to jump up to $600 compared to $300 on the others. You buy two of the 10s of the others. I mean, you could buy the Start 15 for $499, $100 less. But um the SVS has more technology built in than any of those other subwoofers, all of the app control stuff. So this is a much more sophisticated subwoofer than what you're getting. And the SVS brings the performance. I mean, they really do. I have never been dissatisfied with a SVS product ever. And they also do them in piano black if you want, which is a very nice looking finish. So I don't think you would go wrong if you went with SVS. If you want a more refined look with the app control and those pieces, then by all means, talk to Nick at SVS, and that's an excellent way to go. And I've heard the PB17, and man, that joker is crazy. It is great. We need a RSL and Stark Sound to bring out like an 18-inch sealed subwoofer to compete, because could you imagine if they sold a 10-inch sealed subwoofer for $800? Either one of them. Could you imagine? I mean, that's as long as it's even halfway decent, right? It doesn't even have to be awesome. It just has to be halfway decent. You take $3,200 and buy four of them, and that's the same money that you're going to put into one Seaton or whatever, a Captivator 4000 or whatever, and that would be redonkulous. I think they would get a lot of play in the market for that. We'll look at the Stark Sound 15 and SVS 10. Yeah, I think both of those all be great. I'm not a big rail person. but you can look at the rails. I heard these for just a little bit. Let me see if I can find them. The new Klipsch subwoofers are much better than their old stuff. 'Cause I didn't like their old subs at all. I mean, not even a little bit. Um, but they're I think it's yeah, like this RP1600 SW. Um, this not bad. This is good. I mean, you're paying for it, right? A 16-inch sub for $1,800. Uh, think about I always think about this and how many Stark ported 15s can you get? So you can get 3 of the Stark ported 15, which is going to be more output than the one of these. But if you just can get one and you only have room for one and you want, maybe I think this is this is 16-inch and the SVS SB16, which they're not going to sell anymore. They have them now on sale for steel. Is this is cheaper, I guess. I don't know. Let's take a look and let's see. SVS SB16 Ultra. Okay, so 1699, so $1,700 there, and then $1,700 here. So they're and this is ported, so it should have more output, all things being equal, right? I don't know if it does or not. Well, it'll have more output down to port tuning, and then underneath that it'll fall off, and then the sealed SVS will take over. How much is I wonder how much the SVS PB16 Ultra is. It's like 300 more or something. 2199, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So $400 more. That's a lot more. It's a lot more output down to port tuning. But yeah, cool stuff. I mean, there's a lot of options out there, so you can think about those too. But the ones you called out, I think are going to be mighty fine. Did I miss any comments before we move on? Okay, so let's talk about value speaker. And I would really love to hear comments from everybody. And we've got Van Gool coming out with the ELAC, because I've not heard these yet. So I don't know if if I would like them. I don't know for sure. I've got thoughts around mid-range pricing speaker of the year kind of stuff, and there are 2 that stand out to me, and we'll talk about those. But for budget speaker, I don't know. Anybody have any other thoughts around that other than ELAC? SVS doesn't really have a budget range speaker like the ELAC stuff. And let's pull that up so everybody can see exactly what we're talking about. And I think ELAC will have their pricing up there too for us, which is always good. That is not the right ELAC. There we go. This ELAC. All right, ELAC debut, families of ELAC debut 3.0. All right, so what do we got going on here? So we have 2 bookshelves, 2 centers, yeah, they're different. 2 floor standers that they all appear to be identical, but they're not, obviously, for some reason. And then Atmos bouncy house speaker. So let's look at their top of the line bad boy. So we're doing aluminum 1-inch tweeter. There are mid fiber woofers, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. They're stylish and sophisticated. They're internally braced. They're easy to power. Okay, do they have specifications? Yeah, there we go. Specifications. Oh, there's a cutaway. Look. All right, so it looks like those are all active drivers. They all have a bat or a magnet, a motor. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, 3-way bass reflex. So bass reflex means there's a port in there. They play down to 31 hertz. They are 6 ohm speakers. So we got 1-inch aluminum dome. There's a 6.5-inch mid-range and 2 6.5-inch active mid-bass drivers. Okay. All right. So that's why they're only getting down to 31, because they're 6.5-inch drivers. It would be cool if those are 8s. That's kind of what I like in a floor standard. But since these are, what was it, $500 or something like that? $549. Is that for each, or is that for a pair? I don't know if I can add to cart here. I don't know if they sell direct on the website. I don't guess so. Find a retailer. Okay, let's find a retailer. Um, Skywalker Communications. I don't know. I'm not going to go through all that. So all right. So that's one vote that we have for the ELAC 3.0s. Oh, okay. We have one call out for the mono. So the question is, monoprice monolith subs got anything for SVS? I have never seen a monoprice monolith sub with my own eyes in the wild in somebody's home before. I've seen them at a show, but I've never heard it. So I don't know anything about them. They seem okay. They seem cool. But I don't have any practical experience with them. If you're out there, monoprice, and you want me to talk about them, I would love to talk about them. Let me borrow one for a little while. Maybe that double 15 or something like that. It needs to be something juicy for the fans. They want to see the good stuff, not the crappy stuff. Don't send any tins over here. But I really don't know. I don't hear bad things at all about them. Only everything's been very complimentary, but I don't know really how they would stack up. Okay, next we got this is a great call. The Airmotive X speakers. Again, another company that I've never done anything with. I've never worked with Emotiva or ELAC in the past. But let's look up Emotiva and see what we're looking at. So we were like at 550 on the ELACs there. And let's see, this company got all kinds of stuff. So we've got the Airmotive XT3s. Obviously, these are not be their budget line, especially since they got that Air Motion Transformer in there. And I think that's what Airmotive stands for, Air Motion Transformer. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's a real ribbon. I don't know. The Airmotive XT2. Do they have it by line? Maybe not. So the XT2, there's XT1 for $9.99 a pair. So if the ELACs were $549 each, that would be $1,100. So this would be $100 less. And man, just depending on how this sounds in person, I'm gonna have to. Just from a design perspective and a driver choice, I'm. This is Canada, out of stock. Oh no, you guys, you're not seeing my screen. My bad. Let me change this thing. Let's stop screen because I got a whole Emotiva thing going for you right there. I want you to see the Emotiva. All right, there we go. All right, so that's the Emotiva. Okay, we're all together. Let's see. M says, welcome, M, by the way. Thank you for saying hi. And everybody out there, please, we're talking about best products of the year right now. And if you have a best product of the year, as we go through these categories, let me know. We've already talked about subwoofers. If you have anything you want to call out, call it out. I'm putting it on the list. And right now we're doing best budget speaker. And we've got ELAC and the Emotiva as two that have been called out right now. And M is looking to upgrade Klipsch 51Ms. Is the 51M the powered? Has anyone used a Paradigm B200? I've not used either one of those directly. So let's Paradigm B200. Let's look at it real quick. Paradigm B200. Let's see. All right, here we go. This guy, the Premier 200B, is that the one that you're talking about? Maybe that's the one you're talking about. So let's look and see what it's got going on here. So 2A, dome tweeter, base reflex, rear ported. Definitely looks like a Paradigm. I like the little grill. I wonder if that's removable. Patented perforated phase aligning PPA tweeter and mid-range lens technology. I don't know. Okay. Okay. So, this is not powered. So the Klipsch probably was not powered either. So 2-driver, 2-way base reflex, 55 Hertz, down to maximum of 45. Definitely get a subwoofer. Go back to what we talked about. Spend $500. Get the Stark Sound SW15 to add to this. You'll thank me later. I am a big fan of Paradigm. Absolutely. Uh, dude, so I would say it's 87 decibel sensitive, which is kind of par for course. Maximum 80 watts. Don't fry it. This is funny. Impedance compatible with 8 ohms. What does that mean? Is it really 8 ohms? I don't know. So I think just on paper they look okay. They look nice. And I like Paradigm in general, so they're probably okay. I think the tweeter's really cool, but I've not heard them myself, so I'm sorry about that. I don't know. Yes. So we're getting some no's and some yeses. So sorry I wasn't able to put those together with my questions. I think is it powered? No. And then is it the one that I was asking about, the 200B? Yes, it is. And currently running 5.1.2. So is this going to be part of a bigger upgrade, maybe to move away from the Klipsch to the Paradigm system? I would probably go out on a limb and say, yeah, the Paradigms. I would really want to sit down and listen to them both side by side to really make a judgment call, because I'm not a fanboy for either of them. And what I mean by that is I don't have any Klipsch speakers here. Do I? Now I had a Klipsch soundbar, but I don't have that anymore. So I don't actually have any Klipsch speakers or Paradigm speakers in the house right now. So that's what I mean by I'm not a fanboy. I don't have them in for personal use. So I can't really talk about them without having the product to listen to. But both good companies, different sound signatures. So it really come down to cost, performance, and then your preference of what you're looking for. But I would say that the Paradigm, solid, good, good product, and I would not shy away from that at all. Okay, now back to budget speaker stuff. So here's the Emotiva, and this I just like this. Right now, I would rather it be a MTM array, like a Dapolito or something like that. But we've got that air motion transformer. Hey, we can even find the secrets of their stuff right here. Where are their specifications? Did I miss it? I scrolled. I want to know about the speaker complement. Come on. Where are you at? There we go. Okay, specs and downloads. We have a 3-way with a painted high HDF, high density fiberboard, PVC laminated enclosure. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, right on. Rear ported, 25 millimeter by 32 millimeter air motive folded ribbon. Okay, so it's a folded ribbon tweeter with a neodymium magnet system. And man, I love this kind of tweeter. I love that kind of mid-range. I love that kind of speaker. I'm a big fan. So big fan. I'm pointing my face. This the picture of a fan of that kind of technology. All of those things. And dude, the RBH speakers that I've got in here right now, I tell you what, they sound freaking stinking awesome. They are good. If I had those like in a thin form factor that you can kind of get on the wall, because I got like the big tower versions, which are great, but they just don't work in my room for long term. These are in for review. But if they, the like a thin form factor that you can get off the floor and on the wall, man, that stuff's good. Now the price point is going to be different than the stuff that we're talking about, this air motive stuff. But man, I really like this air motive design philosophically. So we got a 4.5-inch mid-range aluminum voice coil with a face plug right on. And if you look at my Stark Sound speakers, they have about a 4-inch dual mid-range phase plug. So it's kind of a similar thing. Of course, they're doing the super hard beryllium tweeters. And then the low frequency drivers, 3 5.5-inch woven cone diaphragm, aluminum voice coil, long throw motor, progressive rate spider, copper shorting ring, NBR surround speakers. So that's not going to get you down super low, 45 hertz. But these are the super duper inexpensive $1,000 pair model. I wonder what happens when you step up to the XT3s. 2,000. So you go up to double the price. If those are 8-inch, see, they've got in this one, they've got the array like the, I don't know if it's a Dapolito, but it's a MTM. Let's see specs, and we are rolling. So they're down to 30 hertz. That's great. Um, so you get they're only missing the bottom octave of audible information, and efficiency 91 decibels. So they'll play freaking louder than you ever wanted them to play. And yeah, here we go. Low frequency driver, 3 each 8-inch woven comb diaphragm aluminum voice. Okay, okay. Just from a speaker complement point of view and a design point of view, they are talking my language here. I am yeah, I'm down with that. Aesthetically, hmm, it's a box with some speakers in it, but most are. Oh, look at the center. That's a big Horkin center right there, and they give you an extra 8-inch driver. Oh my, yeah, that that that's a manly center. Um, yeah, that's cool. I kind of like this. All right, so I think we've beat that horse. So we have 2 nominations for uh, budget speaker. Any other takers? If not, we're gonna move on. Come on, there's a bunch of people out there. What's your favorite budget speaker? Have you bought anything? Come on, let us know. Don't be shy. We got people. Don't let M and Hi-Fi Haven and Matt Piranha and Van Gool and John be the only ones talking. We want to hear what you got to say. So I'm gonna go on to mid range. And M says, yes, trying to upgrade, not showing brands yet. Thanks for answering my. Hey, M, that's what I'm here for. That's what we're here for every week on Tuesday. And for folks that are just joining, welcome to the show. And today we are talking about best of 2024 products. And I'm trying, man, we're already at 8:47, so this might go a little long tonight. But we're trying to run through, you know, all of the core pieces of home theater stuff that we want to talk about. All right, so now we're going to do mid-range speakers. And this is up to like 5,000-ish a pair, and I've got 2. And I've heard both of these, and I think they are both amazing. So let's see. Here we go. Let me search this one up, and when you guys see it, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about." All right. So speakers, Ultra Evolution Pinnacles, these guys are ridiculous. So they're 5,000 a pair. And that's kind of where, mid-range, that's kind of in my head, where things top out. All right. So we got a Klipsch THX 8000L. Anthony, is that for the mid-range speaker? I think that would have to be. So I'll look that up in just a minute, and put that into the mix here. So the first is the SVS Ultra Evolution Pinnacle. I have a set of these over here that I'm still working on a review video for. I want to get the TV on the wall, and then I want to review them inside of my theater, and put these behind the Trenov, right? And then do an optimization with the Trenov and all that stuff. Now I don't have the matching center channel, so I'll have to use another center channel. But at least I can use Trenov and do 2-channel music and get that impact, right, and get the goodness from that. But the cool thing about these is, right, so you got the MTM, you've got a design that's supposed to help time align the drivers, but on the back side you also have another pair of 8s. So the idea is that they're going to be force canceling for the enclosure, so they don't vibrate, right? There's less resonance in the enclosure from that. And the short answer is they're one of the few tower speakers in this price class that I think have really good bass performance. And if you look at this measurement, look at that. All right. So even compared to the budget stuff that we were looking at that had 3 8-inch drivers, this has 4. But those were going down to 30 hertz. These go down to 24 hertz. So that's like another half-ish octave of extension. And this gets you down almost infrasonics, right? Almost. And just so you know, so as you double a frequency number, so like from 20 hertz to 40 hertz is an octave of sound, and then 40 to 80 is another octave of sound. So when you cross over stuff at 80 hertz, like you often do in home theater, what that means is you're shunting off the lowest 2 octaves of audible sound to the subwoofers. Not that it matters, but it's just that's effectively what that does. All right, okay. So Anthony says, so for the low end stuff. All right, I will look that up here in just a second. Okay. M says I'm still learning Direct Live. Yeah, there's a little bit of a learning curve there. Excellent tool though. I mean, Direct used to be land of the expensive equipment kind of stuff, right? But now 2 grand can get you into a Denon or into an Onkyo that's rolling Dirac. And man, I'm telling you, and dude, my Storm audio processor uses Dirac. It uses Art, which is kind of the top of the line, the Dirac acoustic room treatment. Oh, and by the way, aluminum straws, highly recommended. Highly recommended. I would, Dirac is. I still like the turnout stuff better, but man, Dirac for anything else is the way to go. All right, so Anthony says retail a bit high, real price about $750 each authorized. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so for budget stuff, I kind of put that at like $1,000 a pair for a left right. So this pushes up to $1,500. So it's a little bit on the high end for budget stuff, but we'll look at it anyway. Would Direct Live help the SVS? Direct Live will help anything. There is no anything that Direct Live would not help. There are going to be, no matter how good your room is, some issues, right? And room correction technology, good room correction technology is always going to help. It just will, right? Don't let anybody tell you anything different. It will absolutely help. So don't be shy. Room correction tech, it doesn't really do anything to the room. It adjusts the sound so it sounds better in your room. But it's good stuff. It's absolutely needed. And I'll tell you what, my room without some type of room correction, and I've run everything from the Marantz stuff, Odyssey. I've used Dirac in there. I've used the Trenoff stuff in there, and all of them make it better. All of them have improved the sound. Some work better than others, but it gets better. Now, the thing that is just as important though is I needed to put a lot of absorption in that room because man, there's a lot of slap echo and stuff in there. It was really, really, really bad, and that's you have to do that, and it's less expensive too. I mean, take $500 and build 5 or 6 absorbers and just stick them all over the room. Even if you don't know what you're doing, it's going to sound better. That's the short truth of things. You even with no knowledge, just put some absorption in your room, and you'll get rid of the echo, and you're going to be in better shape. Okay, so the other speaker that I want to show you for the mid-range, and I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but it is Focal. And then this speaker that it's showing right now, I don't even know the name of this thing. The Diva Utopia powered speaker. This thing is amazing. I heard these at the Toronto Audio Fest earlier this year, and oh my God. Amazing stuff. These are awesome. They're expensive, and they're kind of nichey. Not a lot of people are looking for a powered tower, but man, if you want something easy, I mean, literally, you just plug power into these things, put them on your Wi-Fi, and you don't need anything else. They're good to go, and they sound amazing. Anyway, so that I'm not going to do a best of 2024 power tower speaker. Although this would probably be the one. Or maybe I'll just call that anyway. I mean, for classifications that I don't talk about. Okay, so high fidelity speakers. Okay, Utopia 3 Evos, yeah. Sopras, awesome. Cantas, awesome. This guy, Aria Evo X. And I can't remember what it is. I think maybe this one, the number 4. The one that I heard was $5,000 a pair. And if anybody knows which one it is, it costs $5,000 a pair in the Aria Evo X line. Diva Utopia is gorgeous. Yes, it is. One of my absolute favorite designs ever. Just really good. Oh, and for everybody that's out there watching, I'm always very happy to have people come on the show. So if if you watch the show and you want to come in and talk about a topic, or if you want to show off your room, right, or your 2-channel system, and talk about what you got going on, I love to do tours. You can hop in and then you can join with your phone and you can walk around and show what you got. I would love to have people come on and do that. just let me know. You can reach out to me. You can drop a comment down. You can find me on Instagram and DM me. You can find me on Facebook and DM me over there. I'm pretty available on social media, but always happy to have people come on. And I haven't done that a lot in the past, but I want to do that now. So, if you have a system and you want to talk about it and be a guest on the show, and can hold back from dropping lots and lots of F-bombs, you're more than welcome to come on. But all right, so this is the Focal. I'm writing this down. Aria Evo X. They just amazing. All right, now let's go back and look at those the clips. So that was the THX 8000L. THX 8000L. All right, in-wall speaker. All right, so this is what we're looking at right here. Engineered to bring real cinema sound to the comforts of home. So it looks like we're doing horn-loaded Tractrix horn, right? This clip show it's a Tractrix. 8-inch, that's good. 1-inch titanium, 80 degree by 80 degree Tractrix horn. So it should have the same vertical as horizontal dispersion characteristics. Yeah, looks good. I again, I love THX certification, so that speaks to me. I have THX certified HDMI cables. Yeah, I'm schwanky like that. Which are Pixel Gen cables that are THX certified, and the THX version, which is the same as the Pixel Gen version, except it's got THX written on it. It's good. So yeah, no, those are great. I don't think they can, at that price, make it into the budget speaker, but in-wall stuff looking quite good. All right, now let's move on to processor AVR of the year. And I've got 2. Ooh, Anthony says he just moved to 13 of those. So what is that? 7.x.6. So you're doing 6 Atmos and 7 bed channels, or you're doing 4 Atmos and 9 bed channels, or are you doing dual centers in the front with a center rear channel, and you're doing that with a direct view display? Yeah. So okay. So Anthony's like all on the new Denon A10H. So 944, right on. Cool. That's yeah, I do 7.54 in my theater right now. I don't really have a spot for front wides. I think you're rolling a really good setup right there as far as the complement of speakers go. So let's take a look at the A10H. Let's see what Google reveals. 13.4 channel. Okay, $46.99. You are paying for this bad boy. It's a robust 13.4 channel amplifier. Drives 13 speakers, 4 subwoofers. And this is what I like that Denon has done recently. They give you 4, which I assume are independent subwoofer channels, right? So this would be a 17 channel processor, which is kind of interesting. I'm really curious how much does Dirac, because I believe this runs Dirac, do you know if, yes, Dirac Live Ready, I assume that means that they don't pay for your license and they give you the normal whatever it is in there, and then you have to buy the Dirac Live to do that. Does it do full independent Dirac optimization? So can you do Dirac bass control or whatever it's called? I'm curious about that on the A10. Blair High Performance in the house. This guy right here is awesome. If you want the gains, you got to go with Brolic Media because he got the gains. Really good dude. Makes me smile whenever I think about him. He's awesome. Good family too, man. Really, really, really good stuff. 600 for the full band plus bass control. That makes sense. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's right. Got to get them gains. My son, just for you, he's 15. He's all like, Dad, I want to, because he's really tiny, he's thin. I mean, he is a small guy. He's like, Dad, I gotta do something. I want to be wiry. So he's got a power tower pull up station. So he's gonna start working that, that top end and that and the push ups. So she knows all body weight kind of stuff. I don't think he's ready to put like a full weight system in, but that's his Christmas present. So he's gonna be up there working it out, and man, with his 1% body fat, whatever he's got at 15 years old, he should rip up pretty good if he puts some work into it. So exciting stuff there. But yeah, so I that A10 is really good. The one that I really like though is a little bit less expensive, more for the people. Is the where's that XX? I believe no. I think this 4800 is the one that I'm thinking of. Yeah, the X4800 9.4, which I think is a pretty outstanding. You can do 5 bed channels and 4 Atmos channels, and you get your 4 subwoofers, and it's $24.99. I think they had it on sale, for $2,000. So I really like this X4800H. And the other one that I like is the Onkyo, and I have one of these, Onkyo RZ70, and I think this is really cool. I think it's a miss on the 11.2. It is what it is, but you can get this also for $2,000, right? So if the 9 channels is not enough, and you want to do the 7 with the 4 Atmos as compared to the 4800, dude, this is a beast. Now I believe they're going to come out with RZ90. I didn't say that, and I don't know anything at all, but I think they're going to come out with RZ90 or something like that. That's going to maybe be a 16 channel. I don't know. Could be 20 channel, but maybe a 16. It's Miss Gaines up in the house. What's up, Mrs. Gaines? Oh man, I got everybody here. I love it. Man, thank you so much for joining, and everybody out there, thank you so much for joining and watching tonight. I'll always really appreciate it. Thank you so much. The 4800, one of the best values in home audio. Seriously, it's awesome. I can't agree enough with you on that one. It's a game changer for this year, and it's one of my 2 nominees for speaker or AVR of the year, along with the RZ 70. Okay, so that's AVRs. Now, there's a section that I call game changers, and this is higher end stuff that 2 companies have changed for this year from a pricing perspective, and introduced products that open up higher end technology to a broader audience just based off of price. And I have to call these out because I love both of these brands. I love all the people there. And I'm a huge fan. If you guys think this stuff is still too elitist, though, just we know that some folks think it's too elitist, but okay, well, now let's not look at my movies. Although, hey, if you guys wanted to see my my movie, I got one new digital offer, and here's some of the stuff that I just bought. Venom, and I bought here are my recent purchases, everyone, if you want to know, in the last few days. I bought Venom, Wolverine, X-Men Days of Future Past, another X-Men, Wolverine Origins, X-Men Last Stand, Fantastic Beasts, all of those. Planet of the Apes, I've got all those. I got all of the Hunger Games. These are my Christmas purchases. Godzilla, all of those. I got Wonka, Ice Pirates, Xanadu, yeah, Conclave, and I finished up my Spider-Man stuff, and Mad Max for the kids, and Lucy and Batman Forever, and the Hunter Killer, because somebody told me that it was an awesome demo movie. I'm not going to say who it was. They also said Ambulance was really good. Pre-ordered Gladiator 2, and Wicked, and then I got Tales of Earthsea just because of Ursula K. Le Guin and The Boy and the Heron, Jungle Book, Pacific because somebody else said it was really good, and Jungle Book because somebody else said it was really good, and Sophie Mutter Live, somebody else said it was really good. And then more King Kong, and then the Tomorrow War, and some Gran Turismo because somebody else said it was really good, and then Kroll because Kroll. Anyway, more than you ever wanted me to keep saying over and over. But those are my recent movie purchases in this past month. Now, so the product that I'm going to talk about is this. The Strato V, and I think it's $4,000. Is it $39.95? Um, you guys, I'm down with Twilight. Don't say I'm not. I'm all werewolves. Let's go. Um, so uh Mizuyaki. Mizuyaki. Miyaza, I can't say it. That thing. So this thing, the Strato V, Dolby Vision, and I will have mine hopefully beginning of the year, because I'm not made of money and I had to earn it before I can spend it on these cool toys. Um, but that's the one. you, you might have been the one that told me about it. I don't know. Somebody gave me this cool script for Kaleidoscape. I can't remember who it was. But yeah, no, it's a really cool, good stuff. Um, so this is one. The game changers. Number one is the Strato V. If if you love home theater, I know people love their physical media. Don't stop buying your physical media. Don't stop. I support it. But man, this is really cool. This is really good. Double A. No, we're still going. I'm going a long one tonight because I'm talking through kind of best of 2024 stuff. Um, and I wanna talk about this stuff tonight. Oh yeah, I hope you got Land. I don't have Land of the Bad yet. Okay, but I will make sure to pick that one up. All right, so Strato V, if you're into home theater, get one. Just get it. It only holds 10 movies. I know it's not a lot, but you just cycle through them, right? You don't need to keep everything downloaded. You don't have to hoard the stuff with Kaleidoscape, because Kaleidoscape, when you buy a movie, it comes with unlimited lifetime storage, cloud storage for your movie. Right? They will keep it for you there. And when you want it, you just download it. And you're done with it, you delete it. If you want it again, you download it. And it downloads fast. So uh Hi-Fi Haven says would love to do the Strato V in 2025. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. Although they did take away my referral bonus for the Strato V, so I used to get a referral bonus. That's why I have all those movies, because referral bonuses. So thank you so much, everybody. Yay, yay. But that's all gone. Master lessons in the house, yo, dude. There's like 50 people out there that could be chatting with us right now, but you're not. Dude, come on. I want to hear what your game changers are for the year. Okay, so this is one of the game changers. The other game changer, Mad VR Labs, that guy right there. Mad VR NV Core. Another, I think it'll be $6,000 at this point at the end of the year. I think it was like $5,000 as a 2024 special, and then it goes up to $6,000. But this will do most of what the master listen says I'm eating. Nothing wrong with that. This will do most of what the full bad boy uh, does, which is this guy, the Envy Extreme Mark II. And I've got one of these guys that I use with a television. I know mine's blown. Yeah, I use it with the TV. Tone mapping, some of the nonlinear stretch stuff. I use it with the TV, and indeed I do. But this guy right here, that's the one. Another item. And when I talk with people, and like Matt, he's a Lumigen guy, I think. And I believe your favorite thing in your theater, I think you said at one point, was your Lumigen game changer for you. A lot of people that I've talked to say that that are projection folks. They are all in on video processors, whether it's a Mad VR or a Lumigen. And Lumigen, dude, they're bringing it now, right? I think Lumigen fell off for a little while, but I think Mad VR kind of lit a fire and a spark for them, and it's good. They are making some changes. I heard the Mad VR helps the budget projectors to reach match quality. So did I? I think I was trying to read it with the emphasis that you put in there. Thanks, bro. And then the Sophie Mutter is not on the level of Hans Zimmer live in Prague. Yeah, it's very different, right? How many people were in this show? Like maybe 20 people on stage, something like that. Very good, very good, very good stuff though. I liked it a lot. They're excellent musicians. I might do Strata V if they re-enable the poster wall with owned but maybe not downloaded movies. I'm not about getting pushed into the never-ending overpriced storage upgrades. Yeah, I'm sure that they will add some changes on that so you can see everything that's there. But they don't even do that on the full-blown stuff. I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I own a ton of crap that I don't see on my wall with the full-blown system. So that's nothing different there. But, just like I was showing you guys, my movie collection, all that stuff's not downloaded on my system, right? But I just go there and click on it and download it, and it brings it down. It doesn't give me heartburn that I don't see it on the screen because I can see it on my phone and on the computer. So it's I don't know. For me, it's not a big thing. And dude, I have the 6 terabyte Strato. I'm good. I would like to have a 22 solid state system, and I might do that one day just to do the solid state. But I'm okay with 6 terabytes. Just enough. It's all good. I don't. I myself for sure don't buy into the I need more and more and more and more and more storage because this is not a RIP library. It is Strata V is not Kaleidoscape is not a RIP library where you have to keep all your movies, and if you lose them, they're gone. You could delete everything you want and set fire to all of your equipment, and then buy some new gear and just download all your stuff again, right? Or your gear could die, disk corrupted or whatever. Get a new disk and get everything fixed in warranty. Download all your stuff. It's not like ripping to as a do or as a PD or to any of that kind of stuff, right? It's not like Plex, which is cool. And maybe that's true, but that doesn't work on me. Kaleidoscape, you didn't get me. I got a cell phone. I outsmarted you. So I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, about 20 folks all super. They are except for I wonder if the main lady, if does she teach? I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, I wondered. Um, uh, Master Lesson says, "Hook Jiles up, Kaleidoscape." Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Hookups are always appreciated. That's one thing I'll never turn down the hookups. So if they're hookups, you know what I say. I love the support. So and dude, all of you people being here is the biggest support for me. I really appreciate it. Okay, so those were my two game changers, the Mad VR and the Strato V. Those really, I think, changed home theater a lot. Oh no, there's one more. Sorry, and this is we touched on this at the very beginning of the show, but I do think this is a game changer for a lot of people. And it's this guy right here. TCL, Hisense too, with the mini LED and mini LED TVs, um, and then this QM7 98-inch. This thing, I mean, for the money, not the 55. Let's go over here. It's crazy. I mean, sure, if you're going project, if you need bigger than 100 inches, 120, 30, 40, 150, whatever, you're in projector land. Absolutely. You could think about ultra short throw if you want to. And I've got the PX3 Pro, which is, I think, really, really good. But if you're in a spot where 100-inch is what you need in your room, man, all day long. And I know there are people that are like, oh, a TV is not like a projector. And for folks that prefer projection, by all means, do your 100-inch projection. I got no bad words for you. But for me, all day long, this thing right here for the 1,700 or 2,000 or whatever it was when it was on super sale. I think it was a little bit less than the 2,200 on super sale. There are some of these things, not the QM7, but like there's like an on TV that you can buy at Walmart. This 98-inch that's $1,300. I mean, that's like for real cheap, right? Super duper cheap. Kevin Sorkin, dude, Kevin, I was just about to talk about you as I close things up because I was going to tell people about upcoming projects. So I'm glad you're here. And dude, I'm dying to get you on the show one of these days. You guys have done so much cool stuff. You need to come on and tell everybody about it. People want to hear. So Anthony says, do you go by Anthony or Tony? Maybe Anthony. I don't know. I did a secondhand AV Pro Mark 1 and love it. Been solid. Yeah, dude, solid gear. So, but like I was saying, this is the other game changer because the 98-inch TVs are big enough for everyone except for crazy people like us in the enthusiast world, right? Moving over into custom installer kind of things. But a lot of DIY still does up to like 150-inch. Even every once in a while, you'll see somebody pop out a 200 and they're using a nice JVC or something like that. But this for mass consumer market, this is the end of the road, right? 98-inch, that's the end all be all. And now it's just quality upgrades from there. Um, I'm gonna bend TCL's arm as hard as I can to get my hands on a 115, so I can talk about that a little bit. I've seen it at shows. Man, it's gorgeous. And the Hisense 110, oh my god. Okay, neither one of them are as good as the $250,000 Sony Crystal LED wall that can go as big as you want it to. But man, they are really good. I mean, give them a chance. If all you need is a 115-inch screen in your room, give them a chance. All right. So those are my game changers. Obviously, we didn't have a chance to get to all of the 2024 awards for the year, but those were quite a few of them, and I'm happy for you guys to stick around. Now, new projects, and so Kevin. So I think I've got everything lined up. And I talked a little bit about this before, but things are a little bit more solid. So as a forever subwoofer in my room, the plan is to use one of Kevin's finished BTS 24-inch boxes. So this is their fully finished painted because I can't finish it as nice as they do. I don't have the equipment. I don't have the capability of doing it. And for a speaker that I want to keep in my room for a long period of time, it's got to look good, right? And the boxes that they're finishing now look good, and they're also the right size. So 24-inch box with the speaker power. Oh, Kevin, I don't remember the model number, dude. I don't remember. It's the speaker power. Here, Google. Let's see. Speaker power home technology. Not that. It's their play down. Do they have models in here? Noise, news about store. Maybe in the store they actually have some plate amplifiers. Yes. SP1, no. SP1 4. This one, I think it was the SP. I think it was the SP1 4000. I think this is the guy. I think that's the one. Yeah. Maybe. So I think it's this amp, the finished box from GSG Audio, and then the 24-inch from Stereo Integrity. And we will bring that up. I don't know if Nick, I haven't seen Nick out in the crowd, but it would be the HS24D2. And I believe this guy. How cool is that? This is a subwoofer for the ages right here. There we go. Kevin's with us. SP1 4000 HT. Bam! I got it. Look at this. Oh snap! The Kevin GSG Master Listen says love that HS24. Thanks, Matt. Way too kind, funny dude. So Matt, when are you going to start reselling GSG? And so if you didn't know, GSG is their direct to customer brand, but if you flip their name around, GSG, that's their custom installer channel only product mix. And I think Kevin's ready for you to start selling that through the channel as a CI. So, but they don't sell the GSG gear, only the GSG gear. See how I did that? You like that one? Carbon fiber. Yeah, look at it. Only the best stuff. So that's going to be a big project early next year that I do. And so I'll do some of the final assembly here and that kind of stuff looking forward to that, and that'll be integrated into, um, the system will be at that point, it'll be Trinavon amps and processor, MadVR, NV Extreme Pro, or whatever it's called. I never remember the name. Um, I have a Strato S now, but it'll be Strato V eventually. Um, the Star Sound speakers, um, that big sub, the GSG big sub will be there, and the TCL 98. But hopefully next year I can move up to something bigger than the 98. Um, so I appreciate that, Master Lesson. So the next iteration of subwoofers will be the 24 in the back and maybe two of the Perlisson 15s in the front. Although I've got four of the uh, RBH 12s right now, and I really love those. Really good. The box will be black. I think you can get any color you want from GSG as long as they come in black. As long as that color is black. That's right. The flipped GSG, right? Well, one is direct customers, and the other one is CI, custom installer channel only dealer model. They have a dealer model. See, Kevin, I'm telling you, dealer model. This is the next step, right? You can get all of your speakers integrated into all of these custom home theater designs, right? And you can even come up. You've got all the behind the screen BTS models ready for all of the folks to do all of the custom installer stuff. And that I think you're missing out right now. You gotta. It's time. It's time to embrace the dealers, right? People can go and order online, and then you can be. I mean, there's options out there. I mean, and then you could even come out with some specific designs just for the custom installers, right? Why not? I think because they're going to want bigger form factor stuff, right? That are a little bit different than I think the consumer stuff. I don't know. I don't know. So, all right, the other subwoofer project that'll be coming, and I hope to partner to some extent with GSG on this one as well. Will be there's a new driver from Celestian. I don't know how to say it. Let me pull it up. There we go. Yeah, the 10 squared low frequency Pro Audio driver series. So these came out ISE 2024. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. And those I don't know if there's a lot of detail on this. Maybe they have it in the product here. Anyway, so it's the new 10 squared driver and a 24-inch. So it's the TSQ 2460. I think it's actually going to end up being a 4 ohm speaker. Let's see. Okay, here's some details. So this guy. So I have 2 of these coming. And I think Kevin might be working on some modeling of this in his enclosures. So I don't know if this is going to be the best driver for home theater. However, I think it would be cool, to take a flat pack and do a complete build for this and then put these out. So, not necessarily the finished box from GSG, but just their standard flat pack, and then be able to roll 3 of the 24s in the room. It is not going to be gloss blue to match the Starks. It is going to be a matte black hidden behind the sofa. I'm not going to even try and match the flake paint on the Stark speakers. So that's a great thought, but no, we're going black on that one. But so this is the other. So the TSQ 2460s, 2 of these, and a project to build those out and do a full kind of scratch build. At least assembly and not a pre-built cabinet on those. So I gotta figure that one out. Hopefully over the next little while, all the kinks will be worked out around what's needed for that, and then I'll probably power these with my Symbian 10,000 Q amplifier. So they've got a sample 24, nice, promising driver. Right on, cool. So we'll see how those measure out. So that's another project in the works for next year. All right. Is there anything else folks want to talk about before we close this one off for the night? Because I'm running out of voice. And so if there's anything anybody wants to hear about, let me know. And I will talk about those things. But I think that's going to wrap us up. Oh, I guess TV stuff. So let's talk about this week in content. This week in content. So I watched the second episode of Dune Prophecy. I'm loving it. Uh, Anything new from Sonoran? Synbison, the amplifier company, they renamed all of their amps, and then they're really pushing their digital their class D stuff. That would be, I think, the next big thing. Their class D amps. I don't have one of them yet, but that's whenever I talk to them, they're all like, "Are you going to buy a Class D amp from us? You should really try one of our Class D amps." Blah blah blah. And there's like another company, the CBX maybe, and I see them get a lot of talk over on the GSG group. And if you guys aren't a member of the GSG Facebook group, go over there and join up. That is a excellent group with a lot of smart people in it, and they love to talk bass, and they know everything to know about subwoofers. And so if you're not, if you're wanting to build something yourself or figure out what the best complement is, definitely join that group. So they're going behind the stuff. Yeah. So the front of the room. So I've got a retrofit room. I don't have any like fake walls. I don't have any space in the front to put anything in the wall. So everything that I do has to either be mounted as an in-wall speaker, and I don't really have a lot of depth to do subwoofers that way. And then 16-inch center studs or whatever. I just I can't do a lot. So all my subs have to sit on the floor. So big stuff like that, it's got to go behind the sofas. I just the biggest thing really. Maybe I'll try and put these 24s in the front. I don't know. I suppose if I went away from the Stark Towers and put some on-wall speakers, I could put like BTS 24s, one on each side in the front. Which, now that I think about it, how about moving to some on-walls with a center channel underneath the TV, and then later add another one on top once I figure out how to do virtual acoustic treatment centers, the VAT stuff, and do that above, because I'm going to have direct view displays. I won't have acoustically transparent screen anymore. So I could do two on-wall centers. I'm going to have to change the front sound stage. And then I could do those two Celestian. Let me look at, how do you say it? Celestian. Yeah, the two Celestian 24s in a 17-inch depth box in the front, and then the one HS 24. Man, 3 24s would be enough. I think. You guys think 24 is enough? I don't know. Love the video, Jiles. Your content is on point. Super informative. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate the kind words, and thank you for taking the time to drop by and chat. That means the world to me. And if anybody needs home theater stuff, talk to Matt. I mean, he will hook you up. He knows his stuff, and you should see his room. Oh my goodness. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I think 324s would be enough. Even if the Celestians aren't like super monster deep bass, maybe they would complement the stereo integrity 24. And I could go down to 3 boxes, 2 in the front, 1 in the back, and be done. Right. I couldn't waveform with it. I guess I could put the 2 Perlis and Seal 15s in the back and then waveform with 5 speakers. Although I don't know that I really need waveforming. Although waveforming is cool, I can do it. I don't know. Just stuff, right? Just thoughts there. All right. I didn't get through this comment. We have dual Perlis and D215S subs. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, it will shake up your lunch. There's no doubt. Could you imagine? So, I heard one of Nick's 24s at what show was it? I forget what show it was. He had one, and it was just thunderous. I mean, thunderous. I think he was running on a FP 14,000 Synbison. Dude, thunderous. Just one of them. So I think one of those, and then two to the Celestians up front, probably enough base. Probably enough base. But yeah, I could still keep the two Peerless and 15s, D15s in there, and that for sure. Because right now I'm rolling. Well, dude, I do love having those RBH 4 RBH 12s up front too. I don't know. Well, it's so many choices, but that'll be coming beginning of the year at some point. All right. That's it. My voice is done. We've been doing this hour and a half. Everybody out there, thank you so much for joining. Everybody in the crowd tonight, you are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Remember, we do this every week on Tuesday. If anybody wants to come out, dude, Matt, join us one night and, pull out your cell phone and be able to show us your room and talk about what's going on over there. I would love to show that off to people. I think people would be very, very happy to see that. And then Kevin, dude, maybe one day you can join us from the production facility and walk people around and show them what you guys do over there. I think maybe, I don't know if you guys are still running like a 24/7 production schedule, but if you're shut down, maybe you could show people some of the equipment and stuff that you've got going on in the factory. That'd be awesome. And then a Master Lesson says those RBH 12s they do. I've got mine in the boxes on the floor, but the on walls are really cool too. All right, man. Let's talk about it. We'll make it happen and bring you on, and you can show the world all the good stuff. All right, that's it. I'm out. Everybody, take care. See you in the next one. Thank you so much.